Hey everyone, I'm Nick. This is a quick demo of a 50 watt JCM800 Marshall clone that I've built. It's got a couple of modifications to it that I'm going to demo real quick. One is it's got foot switchable channels. You go from gain 1, which is a cleaner to low gain setting, to gain 2, which is the full high gain of the amp. Also, it's got an effects loop, and I've got a Boss DD6 digital delay pedal running through right now. That effects loop is actually foot switchable and bypassable as well. So let's get on to it. This is set currently bass, middle, and treble are at about 7. Presence on about 3. Masters on about a little past 2, maybe almost 3. Gain 1's on 8, so we're going to get a little bit of a crunch to it right away, but I'm going to show you how it cleans up. Now I'll show you at this setting the effects loop punched in. The delay pedal's on, but the effects loop's bypass. I can turn it on with the foot switch here. Turn the effects loop off, and now we can go on to channel 2, which that gain is set at about 8 as well. So let's see what that sounds like. Now we'll try the effects loop on the different channel as well. So that's a quick little run through of the amp. I'm going to do a closer video to show you the front and back panels real quick. Alright, so here's the front panel. Obviously your standard power and standby switches. I actually built the cabinet itself, and I went ahead and went with a way to match it to sort of the look and feel of the JCM800, which includes the same switches and knobs and all that. So I kind of wanted to keep the same look and feel and vibe. As you can see, we've got master, presence, bass, middle, treble, and then the 2 gains. And we've got our channel switch over there. But then we also have our foot switch, which turns the red light on for that, lets you know you're on channel 2. And then also over here is where the effects loop kicks in. And I'll show you the back panel in a minute for that. But you turn that on and it kicks your effects loop in. So it's a bypassable effects loop that can be controlled by the foot switch, which is pretty cool. So keeping with the JCM800 look and feel, I went ahead and went with the gold mesh back
and also the flat disc selector switches for the impedance and the voltage. It's completely unnecessary for the voltage. This amp's never going to leave the US, but I went and did anyway. The transformer had the windings for it. And then as you move on down the panel, you've got bias test points, along with a bias pot that's on top of the amp by the power tubes, and that's useful for biasing the amp without having to really take it apart. Moving on down, you've got the effects loop and the foot switch jack. The effects loop has a lot of features. It's got a pad, which if you got a real hot signal coming in, you can attenuate it by about 20 dB. And it can be run in series and parallel, and there's the bypass switch as well. There's the send and return jacks, and then there's also 2 send and return control pots. This is useful, particularly in parallel. You can kind of give it a wetter or drier signal coming back, going out to your effects and coming back in. And you control the overall return there as well if you want to turn that down a little bit or tweak it there. So that's sort of the tour of the amp.